Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And I actually preempted another review, Sandstorm, to bring you this because I got it in right away. This is the, as of yet, not officially revealed by Hasbro, but actually found in the wild, concept art Sunstreaker. This is a Studio Series deluxe class figure from Transformers Bumblebee the movie. Now I got this figure from Command Store. Command Store has been coming in solid lately. And I gotta say, this is the third month of 2024, and we got like another banger of a figure. And banger and banger. A little bit of Seamus there for you. This is really nice. Now, I'll be very honest, I still haven't seen Bumblebee the movie, so I don't know if Sunstreaker was one of those figures, characters that showed up in the battle scene only in robot mode, or this was just a scrap design that the toy designers had finished. And let me just say real quick, for those of you who are waiting for like them to do updates to figure characters from like earlier movies, believe me, I got you. It's just sometimes it's a little bit easier to do something like this. And let's not forget, the original toy that Sunstreaker was based on was the first car to robot transformer. So I think it's kind of important for a Sunstreaker to be on shelves in the year 2024, celebrating the 40th anniversary of Transformers. And this is a really great figure. Now, I want to start off on the side here. You might notice these wheels. These are actually clear blue plastic, like the windshield here, and the way they're built in, so it actually looks like Sunstreaker could be hovering, but they do spin. Unfortunately, the front wheels don't spin as easily, especially this one. But I mean, once you put a little pressure on it, it does kind of roll. Well, this one really isn't rolling, but what are you going to do? I mean, would be a pain to like pop it open. If you have carpeting or something, it works well. Now, looking at the figure, I'm looking through the camera, but also directly at the toy. This section right here might be a little bit of a brighter yellow because that's clearly, pardon the pun, painted clear plastic. Now we're going to come back to the rear section back here, and this is the robot mode's weapons. You can peg them together, and they just slot in right there. You can also separate them if you so desire, and peg them into the side. But and then if you remove them, you have a nice, clean-looking vehicle mode. But it looks good with the weapons on too. And hey, maybe we're going to get a retool of this into a concept art side swipe. Funny enough, since the Gamer Edition War for Cybertron side swipe is the case made of this figure, but a little bit more on that later. Since we're here, why don't we just go ahead and get into the transformation? Just do a little adjusty just to make sure we have enough space. First thing you want to do is come into the back here, and you want to lift up what's going to be the robot mode's shoulder panels. Now these are on tight hinges, so you want to fold them back. I would use your finger and thumb, try to like guide the hinge, and you want to get it down as far as you can. And you think it's gone far enough, it kind of sits as an angle like that. Now notice that one side has a tab and the other side doesn't. Um, so you want to make sure when you're going to robot vehicle mode, this side goes down first. Now, probably doing that, if yours are as tight as mine, the arms are going to loosen up. Basically, they little tab slides in underneath here, and then it just slots in right here. But you're going to bring that out, and nice little bit of design work here. Flip up that panel, close that panel, and then bring the elbow forward, and there you got the arm. Do it again on this side. Now I can see over time if these loosen up, that becoming a little bit floppy, but it is what it is. But just make sure those are down. And next what you want to do is, and I would recommend maybe angling the arms out just to give yourself a little bit of room. Grab this yellow panel right here, right from the side, and you're going to flip that up, bring it all the way back and around. There's tabs there, and it's going to just peg into the back there. And that'll form the back section. And then what you want to do is flip up the head. Um, Now you might want to just bring the head up a little further because the next step is you're going to grab the front windshield here, bring that up, carefully fold in the side panels because again they're clear plastic. This is all going to collapse into the chest, and there are little tabs right where my fingertip is that are going to peg in just like that, and that'll form the chest. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but like when you fold that up, you actually angle the figure forward slightly. I think that's like a nice little step right there. Kind of cool. Finally, to finish off the transformation, you want to bring in, separate the legs right here. And what you want to do now is separate this panel here from the front. It like kind of sits behind the foot, well, what'll be the foot, and then tabs into the side. Rotate it around, and uh, you want to make sure. Let's see if I can find it here. Oh yeah. How do I want? Oh, want to rotate it in such a way that basically uh, the uh, uh, the panel here sits uh, flush. And is that it? Oh yeah, right here. See, there's a little tab right there and a little slot. So just fold that down, and that will just sit like that. Rotate the leg forward and bring the foot down. Do it again on this side. Just bring it around. Look for that tab. Look for that slot. Bring it in like that. Rotate the leg and bring the foot down. And here you have, in its robot mode, Sunstreaker. And boy, oh boy, is this a fun figure. Really nice, really cool. Let's take a look at that head. That's a great stylized Sunstreaker head. I mean, if you wanted to do like an origin style Sunstreaker, you could probably get away with slapping the Generations head on this body, and then that'll do it. So you do have the universal joint here in the shoulder. Unfortunately, it's a little limited by those shoulder pads, but it's workable. Swivel at the arms, swivel at the bicep, 90-degree bend at the elbow, no wrist articulation, uh, no waist articulation. Oh, wait a minute, hold on a second. Oh, you do have waist articulation. How about them apples? And that's a little tight, but once you get it going, not bad. Make sure that's pegged in. You saw the swivel for the transformation. Uh, 90-degree bend at the knee. You got that forward and back foot articulation and a little bit of the ankle rocking. So really cool, really fun. Now, we bring in, and just bring the feet down there so it sits a little natural. Not bad. So you got all the articulation you would want or need. So if you rejoin the weapons like so, you just peg together like that. There is storage here on the back. Peg them in like that, or you can just hold them. Now I got to be honest with you. I was under the impression when I first saw the images of Sideswipe that there was some way to peg the weapon into the wrist. I mean, I'm just looking. Yeah, no, there isn't. I must have been seeing stuff, but and if I said Sideswipe just now, forgive me, it's Sunstreaker. But I thought there was a way to store the weapons in the wrist, on the wrist, or not store them, but carry them on the wrist. But in the hands here, it's kind of cool. I prefer doing it with the tab here facing to the outside of the hand. I'm sure that's actually probably the only way you can do it. But yeah, I mean, we can have some fun now, just posing up Sunstreaker, a solid warrior figure. He was a good soldier. And yeah, just having fun, getting it done. Like I said, the transformation is a lot of fun, simple. And if I can be honest for a second, I kind of like these concept uh, realized movie design figures from Bumblebee the movie because we're getting the studio series quality and a lot simpler transformations. I think right now the hardest transformations from Bumblebee the movie have been like the Cybertronian Bumblebee, the van, the Jeep, and then you know that retool of Blitzwing as Starscream and the Seekers. That one was just like a little bit of a fiddly nuisance, but yeah, Ron, RC, Sunstreaker, they've been really fun to handle, and maybe we could get like a redo of the Volkswagen Bumblebee, little simpler, little nicer, because that like Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, that was a joy. That really was. But anyway, um, let's pause and we're going to come back with my final thoughts. Now, you guys know that when I bring out the backdrops, I usually only do that for a Studio Series 86 figure. So the fact that I'm doing it here for Sunstreaker should let you know just how cool I think this figure is. Um, it's a lot of fun to transform. And you know what? I just noticed it now. The feet, they actually share a lot of that texturing from the Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee, but also the Rise of the Beast. So there's like almost like a universal design there. And that reminds me, for those of you who got this figure because somebody bought it for you thinking it was Bumblebee, welcome. This is Sunstreaker, a classic Autobot character from days gone by. But yeah, I mean, I am really just impressed um, with the quality of figures we've been getting lately. Like I said, we have two Figure of the Year candidates, possibly soon to be three from the Legacy line, Wave 2. And now we got this figure from the Studio Series line. Well, I wouldn't say it's Figure of the Year, it's really good. But here's my issue. First of all, this has not been officially revealed by Hasbro yet. Don't know why. Number two, as I mentioned, the casemate for Sunstreaker is War for Cybertron Sideswipe, which I guess is going to double as the concept series Sideswipe. And for those of you who don't know, Sideswipe and Sunstreaker canonically are brothers. Um, those two have already been found in targets upstate from me or in Virginia. So they've already even been found on shelves, but Command Store, this was the only one they had in stock. And again, with Legacy, it's been piecemeal. So again, distribution issues, why they're getting better, are still just a little fashots in terms of just being able to go into a store and finding whole, complete waves and assortments at once. You may not have a problem with that, but that's a little pet peeve of mine. But that shouldn't also take away from how awesome Sunstreaker here is. And if you want to get this figure, right now your only choice is Command Store because other retailers don't even have it up for pre order. But let me quickly add once this figure is officially announced by Hasbro, retailers like Big Bad Toy Store and Amazon will have it up for pre order. The last time this happened, which was with Legacy Wave 2, Big Bad put up the pre orders, and within 24 hours, people were getting notices of charges for the figures. So something tells me that when this goes up for pre order, Big Bad will probably already have stock. It's just that they can't sell it yet due to agreements with Hasbro. How Command Store gets around it, I don't know. But other than that, I know some people have it on eBay because they've been finding it in stores. That's the other thing, brick and mortar does have it. I would not pay the $40 to $50. Just wait a little bit. I mean, this should saturate. And I hate to say this, this is a concept art figure. It wasn't even, I think, wasn't even in the movie. And I don't know how many people would even know who Sunstreaker is because Out of all the Transformers to appear in the movies, we haven't gotten a character named Sunstreaker, believe it or not. So I think it just might sit a while. So forget about paying extra. Might be able to find this on sale if you can wait, because this really is a fun figure to handle. And personally, I don't think I could have waited. But that's about it for the review. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. While I will always appreciate the views, the likes, comments, and subscriptions help to communicate to YouTube through the algorithm that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you to help me help you bring figures like this to you. And lately, it's been a lot of support because, once again, the early reviewers and the smaller channels, believe it or not, have been getting over on me. That's because YouTube, they're the way the algorithms are working now, they are favoring non-monetized channels and promoting them so they can make 100% of the profits. And I feel bad for those smaller channels who, once they reach the monetization level, are going to see views and recommendations falling off. So it's important to support smaller channels like mine and to really dissuade people from following the channels that get stolen toys. And basically, that's what it is. Let's not mince words. And also, don't be bashful about watching more than one review. Every reviewer is unique. Every reviewer is special. We all have our own unique takes on a figure. So one guy might catch something that another guy doesn't. So, there's that. But definitely support your community, especially since a lot of the larger sites aren't as interested in supporting us anymore. So, yeah, that's about it. Once again, this is your old pal Chuck for Concept Art Sunstreaker. We will see you next time.